Hey everybody, welcome to 50 Shades of Blonde, and this is our third show. And so we're always learning as we go, aren't we?
Oh, we certainly are.
So I'm Missy Day, owner of Passion for Success.
And I'm Jill Branson with Infinity Business Media Group.
And we are super excited for today's show. Bob Burg, who is the author of Endless Referrals and The Go-Giver, who, if you know Jill and I and you've been part of our network groups, we go through these books. We were just telling Bob before we went on that Endless Referrals is kind of like the Bible for networking. So she's going to talk a little bit about Bob, and then we're going to get him right on the show.
All right. Well, Bob is the author of a number of books that are on sale, marketing and influence, and with a total book sales of well over 1 million copies. His book, The Go-Giver, co-authored with John David Mann, has sold over 500,000 copies, and it has been translated into 21 languages. That's amazing. It has been reissued in a new expanded edition with a foreword by Huffington Post founder and publisher Arianna Huffington. Bob's an advocate, supporter, and defender of the free enterprise system, believing that the amount of money one makes is directly proportioned to how many people they serve. He is also an unapologetic animal fanatic, so are we, and serves on the board of trustees of Furry Friends Adoption and Clinic in his town of Jupiter, Florida.
So welcome, Bob Burg, to 50 Shades of Blonde.
Thank you, Missy. Thank you, Jill. Great to be with both of you.
I first want to say I think it's so amazing, and I want to thank you. This is the third time that I have reached out to you, and you have graciously given your time to Skype in and share with us about your books. So I just want to thank you for that, because I'm sure you're a busy guy.
Well, my pleasure. You know, it's a topic certainly I enjoy speaking about, and speaking with people like you who set such a great example for entrepreneurs. So I thank you. I thank you both.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
So, so like we were saying before we went on, Jill just got done reading The Go-Giver, and I've read the series, all 3 books, and I love them all. I think probably Go-Giver Leader is probably my personal favorite. But we want to talk today a little bit about Go-Giver. And one of the questions I have is, so what about people that aren't entrepreneurs? Right? How would the Go-Giver, how would they apply that to their business?
Right, it's a great question, because the protagonist in the book, Joe, the Go-Giver, he was an entrepreneur. He was a salesperson, but he was an entrepreneur, and the people he learned from were basically entrepreneurs, and it's sort of geared toward that. And so while people utilize that book itself for leadership and various other aspects, it is a book for entrepreneurs. So what if someone isn't an entrepreneur? Do the same principles hold? And the answer is yes, because we're all entrepreneurs, even if we're working within another company. We're working for whatever company we're working for. We may not be an entrepreneur in terms of owning our own business. We are an intrapreneur, however, in terms of having to find ways to provide value to others. I often, when I'm speaking at a sales conference, I'll say to the team of salespeople, I'll say, no one's going to buy from you because you have a quota to meet. And everybody laughs, because we all know that's true. No, they're not buying from us because we're a nice person, or because we need the money, or because we think they should. No. People are going to buy from us our products and services because they believe they'll be better off by doing so than by not doing so, and that's the only reason they should buy. Well, when you're an intrapreneur, right, when you're working within another organization, you still have customers and clients, but it's your employer, it's the people you lead, it's the people you work for, the people you work with, ultimately perhaps the customer if you have, but that employer is not hiring you and paying you a weekly or biweekly or monthly paycheck because you need the money, or because you'd like a job, or because you have a mortgage payment. They're paying you because they believe they are receiving more in use value than what they're paying. That's the only reason why anyone would pay you, right? So it's the same thing, same principles. We still have to find ways to add value to other people's life. The focus, the premise of the Go-Giver is simply that shifting one's focus and that's the key, shifting their focus from getting to giving. And when we say giving in this context, we simply mean constantly and consistently providing value to others, understanding that not only is that a pleasant way to conduct business, it's a very financially profitable way as well.
Well, I'd like to know, can you give us a quick synopsis of the 5 laws?
Sure, the laws themselves are the laws of value, compensation, influence, authenticity, and receptivity. The law of value says your true worth in the business sense is determined by how much more you give in value than you take in payment, which can be misinterpreted when you first hear it,
right,
because it sounds like you're saying not making a profit. No, not at all. Go-givers make a great profit because we're focused on value, not price. There's a big difference between value and price. Price is a dollar figure. It's a dollar amount. It's finite. It is what it is. Value, on the other hand, is the relative worth or desirability of a thing, of something, to that end user or beholder. In other words, what is it about this thing, this product, service, concept, idea, what have you, that they feel is of so much worth or value that they will willingly exchange their money for it and be ecstatic that they did, while you make a very healthy profit. And that's really what the law of value is. So we've got to find ways not to sell on price, because when we try to sell on low price, we're a commodity. Okay, when you sell on low price, when you sell on high value, you're a resource. So in today's world of commoditization, where most products work, and they're pretty much the same, and we need to be able to differentiate ourselves. We need to make the experience so unique and so fantastic. So, as my friend, colleague Scott McCain would say, so distinctive, right? That we're the only one that they would want to buy from, and price is not part of the issue. Law number 2, and I'll be real fast. Law number 2, law of compensation, simply says that your income is determined by how many people you serve and how well you serve them. So where law number 1 says to give more in value than you take in payment, law number 2 tells us that the more people whose lives you touch with the exceptional value you provide, the more money with which you'll be rewarded. Law number 3, the law of influence, says your influence is determined by how abundantly you place the other person's interests first. Again, that sounds counterintuitive, but when you think about it, the greatest leaders, top influencers, most profitable, successful entrepreneurs, this is simply what they do. It's how they conduct their lives and run their businesses. They're always looking for ways to make other people's lives better. Now, I want to qualify that, if I may. When we say place the other person's interests first, we don't mean that you should be anyone's doormat or a martyr or self-sacrificial in any way. Absolutely not at all. It's simply, as Joe, the protege in the story, learned from several of the mentors, the golden rule of business says that all things being equal, people will do business with and refer business to those people they know, like, and trust. And there's no faster, more powerful, or more effective way to elicit those feelings toward you in others than by genuinely and authentically moving from what we call an I focus or me focus to an other focus, looking for ways to, as Sam, one of the mentors, advised Joe, make your win all about the other person's win.
Right.
Law number 4, the law of authenticity, simply says the most valuable gift you have to offer is yourself. In other words, show up as yourself. That way people are going to feel good about you. They're going to trust you. And law number 5, the law of receptivity, says the key to effective giving is to stay open to receiving. This simply means that we both breathe out and breathe in. It's not one or the other, it's both. We breathe out carbon dioxide, we breathe in oxygen. We breathe out, which is giving, we breathe in, which is receiving. Although the messages we receive from the world around us is that you're either a giver or a receiver, you either do good things or you make money. No, not at all. In a free market-based economy where no one's forced to buy from you, the only way you can earn a lot of money is by serving a lot of people and serving them well. But the focus is on the giving, right? It's not are you a giver or a receiver? No, you're both. You're a giver and a receiver. But the focus is on the giving. When you give and then you allow yourselves to receive, now we're talking about abundance. And this is why John David Mann, my fantastic author of The Go-Giver, why we always say that money is simply an echo of value. It's the thunder to value's lightning, which means the value must be the focus. The value comes first. The money you receive is simply a very natural and direct result of the value you've provided. You just need to remain open to that receiving.
Right.
Well, I say a big, huge amen to
Yeah.
everything that you're saying. I
Exactly.
loved everything so far, and we're going to take a short break, and we'll be right back with more of Bob Burg.